Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer on MASL TV. Good afternoon and welcome to Towson, Maryland and the TU Arena as the 10-time champion Baltimore Blast take on a rare visitor to TU Arena, the Texas Outlaws. I am Brad Crossley bringing you all the action today from TU Arena as we are also celebrating Hall of Fame Day as we induct Blast legend Pat Healy to the Baltimore Blast Hall of Fame. These two teams do not see each other very often as they've only met 4 times in the last 2 seasons, both teams taking 2 wins. We're about to get going here for the opening kick for the first quarter here at TU Arena as Baltimore donning their retro kits, and I must say these are very, very nice kits here. Yellow, black, and black moving left to right as Texas in blue and white moving right to left. As Mike Zierhofer collects for Baltimore and looks to Patrick Thompson. For the Blast, we have Patrick Thompson, Enrique, Diesel, Pereira, and Jamie Thomas. For Texas, Ladley, Ortiz, Aligwe, Gonzalez, and Macias. As Juan Pereira with a shot and saved by Texas goalkeeper Jesus Rivera. Baltimore regroups at midfield with Chad Porch. Chad Porch with a fantastic start of the season as he leads the Blast in goals and points. Over to Welly Bramoose, another exciting newcomer for Baltimore as Mateus over battles Aligwe on the far boards. And a handball called on Ortiz. Free kick Baltimore from far boards. Texas coming off a tough road loss in San Diego just a few nights ago, then had to travel across country here to play Baltimore this afternoon Sunday game. Baltimore's had a little more rest than Texas as they came off a win against rival Utica City FC. As Silva plays it into Rivera. Stankovic. Great young player for Texas, Stankovic. Now for you viewers and that are familiar with some Baltimore Blast history, no, he is not any relation to Blast legend Mike Stankovic. But he has played very well for Texas early on here in the season. Zierhofer with a restart and De Oliveira. Pacheco streaking near boards. And just high. Looks like that took a deflection, but we're saying it went off another Blast player, and it'll be goalkeeper distribution for Texas. Pat Thompson with the steal, however, goes right back to Texas as they regroup. Davies. And stolen by Juan Pereira as Patrick Thompson sends to the far corner for Enrique. Enrique double team, well done there by Texas, but turned back over to Jamie Thomas. And Texas breaks out, and it's 3v3. Macias slows down. Pereira collects from the far corner, and Baltimore just clears the zone. Gonzalez at midfield to Macias. Over to the captain, David Ortiz, who's just returned back from King's Cup duty in Italy, where he played for the United States team, who made it to the quarterfinals.
Traveling here lately, Europe to San Diego and now all over here to Baltimore. Europe to San Diego and now all over here to Baltimore, so. Pereira, far boards. Over to Diesel.
To Pacheco. Pacheco donning the purple hair today, looking stylish for... Maybe he's thinking about the Ravens later. I'm not sure. Willie Ramus, great young star for Baltimore, loves to take players 1v1. Back out to Pacheco. Diesel down to Hyro. Does well there on the double team, and a goal! Oh, my, saying no goal. I believe that went in the goal. I'm surprised Baltimore isn't throwing a flag on that. From my vantage point, that looked like that went in the net. Nevertheless,
as Jesus Pacheco controls at midfield. Over to Welly. Welly to Silva, over to Chad Porch.
Back to Pereira. Texas doing a good job so far, getting 5 behind the ball and just letting Baltimore possess a bit here. As Juan Pereira is marked by Gonzalez. And the ball goes out of play, and that will be a goalkeeper distribution for the Texas Outlaws.
Soccer's where they played it very, very well. Kept that game close for quite a while, which I'm sure was a nice confidence booster for this young Texas squad.
Looking for Ortiz there off the boards. And Pereira collects. Back to De Oliveira. To Patrick Thompson. Back to Elton. And Zierhofer comes up near midfield. Plays the ball to Thomas. Thomas double team. Does well to get out of that. Back to De Oliveira. They battle in the near boards. And it goes all the way back into the Blast defensive third. As Patrick Thompson will collect. As you would expect, a lot of possession here early for Baltimore as Texas is just sitting back a little bit as Texas tried to catch Mike Zierhofer out of the net, and Pacheco brings it up for Baltimore. Welly Bermuse. Back to Pacheco. Into Chad Porch. Down to Guevara. Macias to Ortiz. As he looks up long, and well done by Mike Diesel. Gets a good slide tackle in there, and Chad Porch breaks out. Tries to play off the boards, no one in the middle for Baltimore. And Texas counters with a leeway. Turns and fires wide. And Pacheco breaks out. It's well defended by Texas there as Ortiz brings the ball out. And they're 3v2. And he shoots wide. That brings us to our first media timeout with 7:20 left in the first quarter. Your score, Baltimore 0, Texas 0.
Monopoly scratch-offs are back. Excitement's breaking out all over Maryland. People can't get enough. It's just too much fun. Top prizes are $1,000 to $2 million. Go directly to fun. Play new Monopoly scratch-offs at your Maryland lottery retailer.
As parents, we want to put our children on the right path, one that leads them to become intelligent, responsible, compassionate adults. That path begins with a Catholic education. Catholic schools inspire academic excellence with a balanced curriculum that integrates music, arts, world language, and Catholic faith, while challenging students in the areas of science, math, and technology. Help your child reach their full potential. Enroll in a Catholic school today.
While science has become better at treating people, we can't ever forget the importance of how we simply treat people. At MedStar Health, we get that when you need to see a doctor, you might need to see one today. Or if you need help on the weekend, you'll need an urgent care that's, open weekends. And if you need to stay home, then a video visit might be just what you need. The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Get ready for an exciting Hall of Fame jersey auction. This is your chance to own a piece of history and bid on exclusive jerseys worn by your favorite Blast players. Bidding's easy. Just scan that QR code or simply download the Live Source app and place your bids directly from your phone. Visit the Google Play or Apple Store to download the app and join in on the auction. Don't miss out on the incredible opportunity to support the team and take away one of these fantastic retro jerseys.
As again, Baltimore leads with 7:10 left in the first quarter. Juan Pereira with the distribution, and then just a clean finish for Jamie Thomas. Joining me now in the booth here, I have a very special guest who's very familiar with Baltimore. Longtime general manager, coach for some years, and a special day for you here, sir, today with your son, Pat, being inducted in the Hall of Fame. With me today, Kevin Healy. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, and it is a special day.
So, a little different for you today than normally when you're here recently, as your duties with Harrisburg. But just tell me a little bit about your feelings here today with your son going in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, it's a great day. We grew up, Pat grew up, he's a Baltimore kid, I'm a Baltimore guy. Pat grew up coming to the games. Even when I was coaching the outdoor pro team, we were coming to watch at that time the Spirit play, and then I got the job here with the Blast. And, he was a ball boy in the locker room, and for him to elevate himself into the Blast Hall of Fame, it's just awesome.
So, I want to ask you a couple interesting things here. One, when Pat kind of started his journey, he played here at Towson, had a great career here at Towson, looked at the outdoor game a little bit, didn't maybe work out the way he wanted to. Did you think when he started the whole indoor thing that we'd be sitting here today getting ready to induct him into the Hall of Fame?
Nah, not Blast Hall of Fame, at that point. It was always important for us to pick up the best players in Baltimore because we want to win. We won a lot of championships while I was here. And but we wanted to have the Baltimore players, so you had to get the right ones. And, we were able to get people like P.J. Wakefield, Jules Salenza, Billy Nelson, Mike Luffyland, Jay Dieter, Barry Stitz, they're all in the Blast Hall of Fame. So we had to get the right one. We knew Pat was good enough to play for the team, and he had the knowledge, but you can't ever think he's definitely going to be a Hall of Famer.
So tell me a little bit about the dynamic with you as a coach and him as a player. How difficult was that? Was that an easy kind of, you guys made sure it was a separation? Because obviously it can be difficult playing for your father.
Yeah, no, I wasn't the coach when he started playing. I was the GM and president when he started playing. I coached him as he grew up. But, you know, one thing I said right away, you know, we got a lot of press with him coming on, is I'm his father 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. I don't back away from that and what we're doing while he's, but he had to earn it even more so because he had the pressure of, oh, you're Healy's kid. You know, that's why you got here, even though he was player of the year in college and in conference, player of the year in high school around. You know, he still got to hear that. So it was more pressure on him at that point in time, and he got to earn it, and he had to put up with some BS with that, you know, with what's going on, and he handled it really well, and I guess he proved he was good enough.
I would say so. If you're getting inducted in the Hall of Fame, you obviously did something right. So as your time as the GM, obviously longtime GM, and a lot of championships during that time, Pat coming in as a young player, obviously over the years the Blasts have had just, I mean, fantastic legacy here and fantastic players. Who would you say, in your mind, maybe really nurtured and helped Pat through those early years?
Well, he looked at a lot of players that were coming up, and Pat can give you the history of players he looked at within the Blast and outside the Blast too. And the fact that he picked up on so much of the game really helped elevate his game because he was such an intelligent player. But I will tell you, when he was a kid in the locker room, before he was ever playing, he was still in high school and he was younger than that, is I told him to look at Danny Kelly. Danny prepares, watch how he prepares. Watch how he prepares for every game and whatnot. And I know he did that, but he took a piece of everybody. And you know, Pat will say, you know, we got on board guys like Robbie Aristodemo and P.J. Wakefield and Jules Slendy. We talked to them a lot, you know, about what he needed to do on the field and things like that. But what we did is we always went to games. You know, even when I was doing outdoor, Spirit game, we'd go to Philadelphia, we'd go to Harrisburg, and he was always watching. You know, before we went to college, we went to a lot of college games. But he was always watching and learning.
Well, it's great to be a student of the game, and obviously that will help you moving forward, as it did for him. And again, him being inducted into the Hall of Fame today is just fantastic. Who do you have here with you today? How special it is for the family?
Oh, it's special. My wife's here, obviously. You know, she did a great job because I was on the road a lot, getting Pat to all the games, and she was a good athlete herself. But my cousins are here. You know, Allison's here. We're doing a quick fabulous job in her own right in her career, you know, and my grandkids are all here. And it's a big day, and a lot of her friends are here, and the Baltimore Base Club is here and what we're doing, and it's a snowy day here in Maryland, but they showed up, so that's beautiful.
That's great. That's great. So the induction ceremony is going to be happening here at halftime. You know, we're having a great conversation about it here. Once you're down on that field and starts happening and Pat's giving his speech, you know, what are the emotions going to be like today?
You know, he just went into Maryland Hall of Fame too, which I was very proud of because my dad's in the Maryland Hall of Fame and I'm in, and for us to have three. So we went through it a little bit in that way, but this is a little bit more special because all the years and all the hours we put in here and all the ride homes when he was just a kid and I was coaching the team, and to think that he was going to be in the Blast Hall of Fame, it's going to be a bit emotional, and I'm really going to be proud of him and what we're doing. And my dad would be so proud of him.
Yeah, I can hear the emotion in your voice there. That's going to be fantastic for Pat, the whole Healy family. Just lastly here, picking up here now kind of to the future, I'm sure you would agree a lot of his experience and mentors has really helped him now as a head coach for Harrisburg.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, for him to be able to do the transition, I mean, we still, you know, all-league, big first-team all-league last year here with the Blast, won the championship. Carl Delmont gave him a call and said, you know, I'd like to look at you as a coach. He was getting, you know, some age on him at that point in time, and the transition was a little bit easier for him because, why he was so good is he was so smart as a player. And then he emulates the various coaches that he had, whether growing up or at the pro level and what was going on. So he does a good job developing players, that's for sure.
I'm glad you bring that up. That's going to be just my last point here. I'll let you go. He's really getting the kind of distinction of being a teacher, right? Really developing young players there in Harrisburg. I guess, again, to your point, always been a student of the game, has had some great coaches over his career. Is that kind of what you would attribute him, really being known as a teacher now?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. Unfortunately, a lot of teams in the league, everybody in the league has a higher budget than us, salary budget. So we lose some players because of it, because other people say if he's coming out of Harrisburg, he's learned the game, he understands the game and what's going on. So, we got to keep looking for new players all the time and what we're doing. But our goal is to win there also and what we're doing. But, that reputation is throughout the league for sure.
Well, Kevin, thank you for joining me here in the first quarter. We have about 38 seconds left. Enjoy the halftime presentation. I'm very, very happy for Pat. Congratulations to him, to you, and your whole family. So congratulations. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. And it's a good game, 1-0. Let's everybody stay tuned in.
Thank you. All right, guys, 15 seconds left in the first quarter as Baltimore still clinging on to that 1-0 lead. As that's fantastic to have Kevin Healy in the booth here as his son, Pat, will be inducted into the Baltimore Blast Hall of Fame here at halftime. And that's our horn for the end of the first quarter. As your score, Baltimore 1, Texas 0. We will be back on MASL TV.
I chose to work in a Catholic school because it really helped develop me as a whole person.
What I love most about teaching in a Catholic school is the small class sizes and the ability to have that opportunity to bring God into the classroom every day.
There's such a great sense of community, and our students live out our PBIS motto, which is to be respectful, responsible, and kind because Christ matters.
Discover the benefits of a rewarding career in Catholic education. Apply today.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep their workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our passion and our specialty for more than 100 years. We help protect Maryland workers because connect with your local agent or visit us online.
The story is changing. The words ever evolving. Bolder, braver. We are architects of opportunity, and what we're building is more than buildings. It's pride. College is capable of being more, and every day we're proving it.
At MedStar Health, we're doing everything we can to prepare for what if. Like, what if you need care right now? We have the region's largest network of urgent care centers. Or what if you think you're out of options? Patients continue to turn to us after losing hope elsewhere. Or what if you can't get to care? Our mobile care units bring care to our communities. Because treating people means being prepared to treat them when what if happens. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Galazzo Network. Alex Baskavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Green Drop's recovery products are uniquely suited to help our athletes battle aching joints and muscles. Learn more and try it yourself by visiting greensdropcompression.com. Welcome back to the TU Arena as the Baltimore Blast is leading the Texas Outlaws 1-0 as we begin the second quarter. Texas did well that first quarter, just weathering the storm here, figuratively and literally here in Baltimore as we're weathering a snowstorm currently. But Texas did very well there to only be down 1-0. Great move by Gonzalez and a goal! Great individual effort by number 12, Steven Gonzalez. He breaks down his defender and slots it home far post, beating Mike Zierhofer. And we are tied at 1 with 14:16 left in the second quarter. Stats for the first quarter for the Texas Outlaws: 2 shots, 1 block, 4 fouls, and 4 saves. And for the home side Baltimore Blast, 6 shots, 0 blocks, 2 fouls, and 2 saves. So very well done there by Texas as they knocked the score at 1-1 as Enrique has it in the corner. Out to De Oliveira. So Baltimore, with the majority of the possession in the game, however, has not translated to the score at this point as Enrique shoots, and it's saved by Rivera. He looks deep for Stankovic. Jamie Thomas looks to slow down and goes back to Chad Porch. Texas pressing high here, and Baltimore does well to get out as Mike Zierhofer brings it to midfield. Down to Welly Barus. Enrique. Diesel to Thomas. Down the far corner, Enrique, marked by Macias. Oh, what a wonderful move. And a goal! What a cheeky soul roll by Bruno Enrique. Beats Macias. And from a near impossible angle, Bruno Enrique slots it home. And Baltimore leads 2-1. Well done by Enrique as he beats him in the corner and slots it home from a very difficult angle. As Diesel played it in the corner, and then just individual effort by Enrique. What a move. And Baltimore leads 2-1. As Texas captain David Ortiz is fouled. And it'll be a free kick for the Outlaws. Be a free kick along the near boards for Texas as they play it into the big man Aligwe, who also clocked some time in Italy in the King's Cup for the United States. So he has been well traveled here recently as well. Chara, 18 for Baltimore, getting his first minutes tonight as he's battling Macias in the corner. As Pacheco fires it, a block by Gonzalez. Well done for Texas shutting down the shooting lane there, and they break out to David Ortiz. Little miscommunication there by Zierhofer and Thompson, but Zierhofer collects. 11:50 left in the second quarter Baltimore leading Texas 2-1. Jamie Thomas on the ball for Baltimore as Welly Bermuse comes on a line change. Down to Jairo to De Oliveira. Chad Porch drops it back to Jamie Thomas. And Baltimore resets. This is what Baltimore does so well here in TU. They really like to dictate the pace of play. They'll run when they need to, possess when they need to. Makes it very difficult on the opponents here in Baltimore. Jamie Thomas at midfield. Over to Porch. As I mentioned earlier, great start of the season for Chad Porch, leading the team in goals and points, and is also known for the $1 million goal in the TST tournament as Jairo Rivera hits it off the far post, and Baltimore makes a line change. Pacheco marked by Ligwe. Back to Bramuse. Lost his footing a bit and retreats to Pacheco, and they go all the way back to Zierhofer. Down to Enrique. Enrique's been a great pickup for Baltimore this year. That true target forward, can hold the ball, very skilled, can finish. Just been a great player early for Baltimore. As Juan Pereira looks for him in the top of the box. They try a little give and go there. And again, a good job by Texas. Just clogging up the shooting lanes and getting the block. Back down to Enrique in the near corner. A little errant pass there, a little miscommunication between him and Jesus Pacheco. But Baltimore retains. Long stint of possession here for Baltimore. Not really giving Texas a chance to get any line changes in there. As Pereira gonna go! Matias Silva with the back heel, and Juan Pereira does the rest, finding the far post. And with 8:59 left in the second quarter, Baltimore leads 3-1. Great little back heel by Silva, and what a finish, clinical finish by Juan Pereira. Head down, knee over the ball, just strikes through. And Baltimore leads 3-1. Well finished there by Pereira as Texas turns the ball over. Foul at midfield as Welly Bramuse is fouled. And Baltimore will restart. These two teams don't see each other too often. As in the last two seasons, they've only seen each other 4 times, splitting those 4 encounters 2-2. Now, this is a very different Texas team this year compared to the last 2 seasons, as they really were dismantled on the offseason. Players leaving for other teams, new coaches, some ownership changes. So a big difference in personnel for Texas this season. Again, as they trail Baltimore 3-1. Chara back to Thompson. Back to Chara. Arayuz with the steal. Chavez. Davies. Oh, it's well done by Zierhofer. That big, long reach of his did him well there. And Baltimore will bring it out of the back with De Oliveira. Pereira down to Guevara. Iro maybe a little too much with the ball there as Texas breaks 2v1. Great block by Jamie Thomas there as Texas had an odd man rush there if they could have found the player on the far side, but could not get that done. As Zierhofer brings it over midfield. Back to Pereira. Pereira directing traffic as Pacheco comes off the bench on a line change. Well defended by Chavez as Texas breaks. And Juan Pereira is called for the foul, and Texas will have a free kick. Texas this year coached by new coach Eddie Piscarich. Although he's new to the Outlaws, he's not new to the indoor game. Longtime indoor player. Also coached the Dallas Sidekicks. So he's brought a good veteran outlook to this very, very young team. And Juan Pereira again finds the far post. Beats Rivera. And Baltimore is now taking control of this game. 6:28 in the second quarter. Leading 4-1 as another clinical finish by Pereira. Looks far post, find far post. As we have reached our media timeout for the second quarter with 6:28 left. Baltimore 4, Outlaws 1.
I chose to work in a Catholic school because it really helped develop me as a whole person.
What I love most about teaching in a Catholic school is the small class sizes and the ability to have that opportunity to bring God into the classroom every day.
There's such a great sense of community, and our students live out our PBIS motto, which is to be respectful, responsible, and kind because Christ matters.
Discover the benefits of a rewarding career in Catholic education. Apply today.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep their workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our passion and our specialty for more than 100 years. We help protect Maryland workers because connect with your local agent or visit us online.
Monopoly Scratch-Offs are back. Excitement's breaking out all over Maryland. People can't get enough. It's just too much fun. Top prizes are $1,000 to $2 million. Go directly to Fun. Play new Monopoly Scratch-Offs at your Maryland lottery retailer.
GooseUpCoffee.com. It's just good coffee.
Welcome back to Towson, Maryland, the TU Arena. As 6:28 left in the second quarter, the Baltimore Blast are leading the Texas Outlaws by the score of 4-1. Texas did a really good job in that first quarter, and Baltimore is really here in the second as they've scored 3 on end. Aligwe battling with De Oliveira as Gonzalez and Enrique battle. And Aligwe breaks for Texas. What a save, Mike Zierhofer. Beautiful diagonal ball there by Aligwe. And Zierhofer got over to the far post and made the save. Very well done. As the ball goes out off of Baltimore, and Texas will restart. So David Ortiz, the Texas captain, will restart for the Outlaws as he goes back to Macias. Shot high. But Texas does remain with possession, however, turns it over, and Willie Vermouth is in front of the Baltimore bench. Triple teamed. Still got out of there, but Texas lets the ball run back to Rivera, and they will regroup as they look for Stankovic. Number 80, Stankovic, as I said earlier, been a big bright spot for Texas. Scored some great goals for them here as he's battling Chad Porch in the corner. 5 along the boards. Now that is a new rule this year in the MASL. You cannot freeze the ball along the boards anymore. If you do, the referee's discretion, who they feel is the culprit of freezing the ball, it'll be a free kick for the opposing team. And that's a mistake for Texas, as that will be illegal procedure by number 81 Garcia. And Baltimore will have a dangerous set piece here at the top of the arc. So De Oliveira over the ball here as Baltimore has a dangerous set piece. They go to Pereira, good block by Gonzalez. As Pacheco retreats for Baltimore. Pacheco double teamed and a foul called on Texas as Areuz was called for the foul. And Zierhofer comes forward. Deep down to Enrique, and wow, there's a lot of contact there, but no call. As Jamie Thomas possesses for the blast. Great little dummy by De Oliveira. As Patrick Thompson and Chavez battle. Macias over to Areuz. Gonzalez passes the yellow line and dumps it down to Chavez. Macias. Torralba in the corner, double teamed. Oh, off the post. Unlucky there for Texas. They hit the inside of the far post, and Baltimore remains up by 3 with 3:05 left in the second quarter. Baltimore number 29, Kelvin Mwape, getting his first look of the season here tonight against Texas. Ortiz fires and high, and it'll be a goalkeeper distribution for the Blast. Baltimore, quick restart as Texas was still changing. As Chad Porch possesses for Baltimore. Pereira to Pacheco. A foul called, I believe that was on Chavez. And it'll be a free kick Baltimore just inside the yellow line. Von Pereira over for Baltimore. Free kick right from the yellow line. As Chad Porch works on Garcia. And Baltimore backs out. Pereira down to Guevara. Triple team. And Garcia draws the foul. And it'll be a free kick for Texas. David Ortiz to restart. As Baltimore pressing high. And does force the turnover as the ball goes back to Zierhofer. Zierhofer looking long for Jairo as he works along the yellow line. Over to Pacheco on the far boards. Mike Diesel down to Chara. Chara did really well there against Aligwe, who must have him outweighed by about 50 pounds. Did really well to get around him there. Could not finish the goal, but Baltimore retains possession. Ortiz over to Macias. Back to Ortiz. Gonzalez down to Stankovic. Stankovic marked by Jesus Pacheco and doubled by Chara. Stankovic doing really well in the corner as he got the ball back to Gonzalez. Very well done by Stankovic. 25 to go in the first half. We'll see if Texas can get on the board here, or at least get a shot off as the dying seconds of the first half are upon us. As that is a rare mistake by Baltimore here at home. As a 3-line violation, and Texas dangerous restart with 9.7 seconds left in the half. David Ortiz to restart. Goes to Macias, blocked by Pereira. As the ball takes a funny hop off the sill of the boards. And that will do it for the first half. With your score, the Baltimore Blast 4 and the Texas Outlaws 1. You are watching MASL Soccer on MASL TV.
GoosedUpCoffee.com. It's just good coffee.
I just wanna be victorious. Doesn't matter what my story is. Even when the darkness shines, I'm not gonna lose this fight. I just wanna be victorious. Fire in the flames, it's glorious. Even when the darkness calls, I'm not gonna lose it all. I just wanna be victorious. Us, victorious. Us, victorious. Us, victorious. Us,
While science has become better at treating people, we can't ever forget the importance of how we simply treat people. At MedStar Health, we get that when you need to see a doctor, you might need to see one today. Or if you need help on the weekend, you'll need an urgent care that's, open weekends. And if you need to stay home, then a video visit might be just what you need. The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep their workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our passion and our specialty for more than 100 years. We help protect Maryland workers because connect with your local agent or visit us online.
I chose to work in a Catholic school because it really helped develop me as a whole person.
What I love most about teaching in a Catholic school is the small class sizes and the ability to have that opportunity to bring God into the classroom every day.
There's such a great sense of community, and our students live out our PBIS motto, which is to be respectful, responsible, and kind because Christ matters.
Discover the benefits of a rewarding career in Catholic education. Apply today.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
GustavCoffee.com. It's just good coffee.
I just wanna be victorious. Doesn't matter what my story is. Even when the darkness shines, I'm not gonna lose this fight. I just wanna be victorious. Fire in the flames, it's glorious. Even when the darkness calls, I'm not gonna lose it all. I just wanna be victorious. Us, victorious. Us, victorious. Us, victorious. Us.
To this truly special moment in the history of the Baltimore Blast. Tonight, we gather to honor and celebrate a player whose incredible contributions to this team have shaped its success, its spirit, and its legacy. We are here tonight to induct Pat Healy into the Baltimore Blast Hall of Fame. Joining me tonight on the floor is the owner of the Baltimore Blast, Ed Hale, along with several other distinguished guests who have played a key role in the success of the team. Please join me in welcoming several members of the Baltimore Blast Hall of Fame, individuals who have helped lay the foundation for what the Blast have become today. They represent the pride, passion that we all strive to uphold. A warm welcome to Doug Neely. McGinty. Also honored to have former Blast player and current Harrisburg Heat player Adriano Dos Santos. Finally, excited to have Pat's family with us tonight, his wife Julie, their children Taylor and Cameron, his father Kevin Healy, former GM of the Blast, his wife Dawn, and their extended family. Tonight, we celebrate Pat Healy, a player who has given so much to the Baltimore Blast, not just as a member of the team, but as a leader and mentor. Pat Healy's career with the Blast is nothing short of legendary. From the moment he stepped on the field in 2008, he made an immediate impact. Named Rookie of the Year, Pat showed that he was not only a force to be reckoned with on defense, but a player who understood the meaning of teamwork and dedication to success. Over his incredible 10-year career, Pat became an integral part of the Blast's identity. He helped lead the team to 5 championship titles: 2009, 2013, 2016, 2017, and 2018. His dedication to the team truly unparalleled. In addition to his accomplishments on the field, Pat, proud graduate of Calvert Hall High School and Towson University, where he developed his work ethic, discipline, and passion that have defined his career. His journey has been one of persistence, resilience, and unwavering focus. Today, Pat is the head of our divisional rival, the Harrisburg Heat. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to reflect on Pat's incredible journey and join together to celebrate his remarkable legacy. To help us do that, we now invite you to turn your attention to the Blast Vision screen, where we'll watch a special video that highlights Pat's career and his invaluable contributions to the Blast.
Oh man, Pat is a teacher for me. And when I got here first year, I didn't speak English a lot, and he was the guy he guided me to show me how to play indoor.
Well deserved. You've done great things for the game and for the community, and it's great to have your name up there representing.
Coming to the Blast as a young player, coming with a lot of hungry, and Pat was a great teammate, a great leader. He always teaching me everything on and off the field.
I think it's awesome he's going in the Hall of Fame. He deserves it. He was a great leader and great defender and very knowledgeable about the game.
Pat is a true icon of this team and a player who will forever be remembered for his leadership, his talent, and his commitment. It is now my great honor and privilege to introduce you to the newest member of the Baltimore Blast Hall of Fame, Pat Healy.
Mark, your stand's messed up. I guess I'll hold it. Well, the stand's messed up. I'll just hold it. Thanks, everyone. I would like to say thank you to a lot of people today, because for me, this is a day of thank you. First off, I'd like to say thank you to Ed Hale. You're a testament to this city, that you brought passion to this team for the last 30 years. You gave the team support and the resources to the team to be successful. You allowed a childhood dream of mine to continue to all these players today to become a reality. To the front office, the hard work and dedication you've had to get 6,000 and 7,000 people to the crowd each and every game in the old arena. People don't usually see the behind the scenes, but you worked your butt off to get people to the great fans we have today. Danny Kelly, from day one, you believed in me. You allowed me to grow as a player. You were the right coach for me at the right time. And you're the right coach for the Baltimore Blast organization to win so many championships. To my family, Julie, we have truly, you're the love of my life, and we built a great bond together, and I love the family that we built together today. To my kids, right there, I know you're shy. All the decisions I make is for you. I continue every day to make my life for you. I hope you appreciate that, and we'll keep growing in your journey. To my mom and dad, I thank you for getting me to all the activities and supporting me in the crazy schedules that we've had. Your love and encouragement helped me along the way. And again, a dream I had as a young kid became reality. To the blue out there, my friends and family of the Bays. There's a lot of blue today. It's okay. We're red in spirit here today, but blue. We have built something special together, and we're doing it the right way. It is your time now to continue your journey, and maybe one day you can be on this stage today or fulfill your childhood dream like I did. To my former teammates, the guys before me showed me the Blast way. I tried my best to continue that journey, and the most important thing is that the team. The team is more important than an individual. The core players that really won that three-peat were special. I can't be here today without those guys, and I really have to say thank you to them. William Manzella in goal, Tony Donatelli, I don't know how many goals. Adrian dos Santos, right there, made magic happen in 2017. Lucas Roque, every time found a way in the playoffs. Vinny Dantas, Andrew Hoxie, Nelson Santana, Jeremy Rarely, and the two guys are really here today, Juan Pereira and Jonathan Mello. That core found a way to get the job done. People say we found ways to win. I always said we refused to lose. To the fans of the Baltimore Blast, you are the best fans of the league. You show up every year. You bring excitement to the team. That Baltimore Arena was a fortress. Teams, when they came in, knew we had the advantage. You're why the team is here today, and you're why they will continue on in the future. I loved every minute of my 10 years. It was a special time in my life that I always will remember and will have very great memories. I tried my best to be the best representative of this team and this city as best I could. Players today, continue that journey. Continue to be those leaders. Continue to excite these fans. So again, I started with this. Is it a day of thank you? Thank you. I will always remember my 10 years, great championships, but it's the bond that this community has together that I'll always remember. Thank you.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Pat Healy. I invite your attention now to midfield area where we'll reveal the banner that will forever commemorate Pat's place in the Baltimore Blast Hall of Fame.
wanna be victorious. Doesn't matter what my story is. Even when the darkness shines, I'm not gonna lose this fight. I just wanna be victorious. Fire in the flames, it's glorious. Even when the darkness calls, I'm not gonna lose it all. I just wanna be victorious. Us, victorious. Us, victorious. Us, victorious. Us.
While science has become better at treating people, we can't ever forget the importance of how we simply treat people. At MedStar Health, we get that when you need to see a doctor, you might need to see one today. Or if you need help on the weekend, you'll need an urgent care that's, open weekends. And if you need to stay home, then a video visit might be just what you need. The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Welcome back to the TU Arena as we just had an amazing Hall of Fame award ceremony for the newest member of the Baltimore Blast Hall of Fame, Pat Healy. 10 years as a Blast player, many championships, many great memories. I was fortunate to sit down with Pat for an episode of our Blastcast that we record every week. Check it out on all our Baltimore Blast social media outlets. Had a great conversation with him, got to sit down with him, talk about some great times, some memories. So if you haven't, check out that episode again on any of the Baltimore Blast social media pages. As we get started here in the third quarter, Baltimore leading Texas 4-1. Stats for the second quarter, Texas 4 shots, 3 blocks, 5 fouls, 2 saves. For the home side Baltimore Blast, 8 shots, 2 blocks, 3 fouls, and 1 save. Be a free kick for Baltimore in the far corner as Juan Pereira will restart for Baltimore. Texas did a very good job there early in that first quarter to keep it a 1-1 score, but then Baltimore turned on the Jets and really took over there. Really took over here in the second quarter to build the lead there at 4-1. Well, I have a very special guest with me who just made his way up from the field and the halftime induction ceremony with me. I'm sure this sounds good, Pat. Blast Hall of Famer, Pat Healy. How you doing, Pat?
Doing great. Sounds real good. Never knew that this was going to happen, but yeah, great career and here today.
So I had your
helped. It's 4-1.
It does. So I had your father on in the first quarter. We had a really good conversation just about, him as a father, but then also as a GM, and you're a player and all that. So I got his perspective on it. How was that dealing with him again as the GM of the team and you coming in as a player and just dealing with that dynamic?
Well, the good thing is we had success, and I did well. But more importantly, the GM makes the decision who's going to come in, but the coach makes the decision who plays. And I said it in my speech, I couldn't have been more supported by Dan from day one. He believed in me, and we did things together that were great, but if that guy doesn't believe in you, it makes everything else harder.
Absolutely. So going back again, fantastic induction ceremony there. You had your family down there. I know you have a lot of friends here. You have the Baltimore Bays here with you. I know you're highly involved with the Bays, which is a local soccer club here in the metro area. How'd that feel down there on the field? Were you completely in control there, or?
I felt comfortable.
Yeah.
It's weird. You feel comfortable in this building. I actually went to college here, so I know the ins and outs of the school very well. But great support by the Bays, and we showed up tonight. I thank them every day. But we've got a lot of players from the Bays, and in the Baltimore area play for the Blast, or we have Malcolm Harris right now at Harrisburg with him. But Mike Diesel, he was like a younger brother type to me, 3 years younger on a team that won the national championship. But the Bays have turned out player after player. We've done a really good job, and it continues today. We're growing great teams, but doing it the right way.
Yeah, great soccer club here in the local area. So during your speech there, Pat, I heard you name quite a few players over your career. I don't know if everybody could kind of catch that on the broadcast, but again, who were some of those guys that really mentored you and you looked up to?
Oh, the mentorship was Robbie Aristodemo. I didn't really mention those guys at NSP. Nothing against them, but the reason I'm here today is because the guys you played with. Right. The guys behind me, showed me the way, and they had tremendous success before me. But those guys, we have a lot of them here today, and with Jamie Thomas and Juan Pereira, Mello, Diesel. Yeah. They were part of that core. I say it all the time, and I said it in my speeches. People always say we just found ways to win. We found ways. Yes, but I thought we just refused to lose.
Right.
We did. It's somehow, some way, we knew we would get the job done. No panic at any time, and good, bad. We're down goals, we're up goals. We're finding a way to get the job done.
Now, I know we talked about this. I was letting everyone know to check out our Blastcast that we did, and we kind of got into a little bit about some things. Looking over your career, I know you had a lot of fantastic moments. What are some that stick out to you? I know the Sonora games, the Sonora championships. What really sticks out?
Yeah, everyone will say actually the 2017 with Sonora, because our back's against the wall. It was actually a game that we really never really have, where we had to outscore them. The year before, it was like that weird game. We went down there, we were a defensive-minded team. Yeah. But down there, the field, you had to outscore them. We couldn't just sit back.
Right.
So you're never out of it, and you look like we're going to lose with 30 seconds to go. It's over, and we created magic, and then went into overtime, create another magic, won with the big goal to get us into game 3. Vinny wins it on a free kick that we never use all year, only in the playoffs.
Right.
They use it today. It's called 3 shooters. Everybody will say here. Everybody sees the games. They watch the games.
Yeah.
Give a little intel. We never use it. Called it at the right time. Vinny flicks it, gets his own rebound. A weirdly 1-0 game.
Yeah.
But that was but there was a lot of magical moments. Playoff series. Everybody, the year before, I think we won 4 out of 5 games in overtime. That's unheard of.
Right.
Yeah. Or even in that 18-year or 17-year, we lost to Harrisburg for game 1. Everyone was like, "Oh, they're done. They're done." And no panic I'm not gonna lie. There was a little panic in the locker room. I think it was the only time I ever gave a speech after a game. It was like, guys, we're fine. We're absolutely fine. Hugo today, he played out his mind.
Yeah.
And that's what good goalies are going to do that. They won game 1. They're still game 2 and 3.
Unlucky there.
But Juan had a moment in Kansas City. My kids like to say the game against Kansas City at home when I played in goal.
Well, so I'm glad you brought that up, because we did talk about this on the Blastcast, but I want to talk about it again. A lot of people don't know you are an elite level goalkeeper.
1-0.
Right?
1-0.
Just go through that scenario a little bit, right? We get an injury, and then next thing, and you've played a lot of sixth attacker and all that, but this is like legit goalkeeping.
Yeah, you're putting gloves on. You're going to have to make a lot of saves. The year before, so it was 18, 2017, we had a little visa problem with our second string goalie, and Danny always would joke, and I would do it in practice sometimes, but hey, you're going to go in if he gets hurt. Haha, very funny, Danny. Well, William goes hurt, and that's when we didn't have two goalies dressed. And that was the first time. It was like, and William went down, got back up, went back in. I was like, okay, so I'm in. We blocked a lot of shots. We got a lot of goals. It was a fun experience. I didn't want to do it the next day. We had a game the next day, and I didn't want to do it. Thank God we had a good GM. My father and Ed called Joey Capinos, and Joey, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that year because William was hurt.
Oh, great goalkeeper.
And we need to win some games.
Yeah.
We were not in a good momentum at that point. Joey came in, did well. He ran a big game in Milwaukee. People forget about that game to get us that home field advantage. And no one was going to beat us here.
And you just come back from injury, right?
I did.
Yeah.
That was the only time I got hurt in my career. I had a hamstring injury, and I was trying to just relax, and now I got to make some saves where we got to react a little bit. But it went well, made some saves, the ball hit me a lot. We got the W, that was the most important.
Well, Pat, thanks for joining us here. Again,
This is the good stuff. This is the good.
Congratulations on the induction, and hopefully the Blast can pull out a win today.
Well, we should. Here we go.
Right.
I'm always going to say it.
You're always say we.
I'm going to say we. The first quarter, David wasn't too
Yeah.
pleased. A little lackluster, but they came out the second quarter, showed what they are. Juan stepped up, scored a bunch of big goals. Bruner playing unbelievable right now. He's a great target in the league and showing old Blast possession soccer. Good defense, only giving up one goal.
Yep.
This is how you win games in indoor soccer. This is how the Baltimore Blast win games in
Defense
indoor
first,
soccer.
right?
Yeah, that's the mentality. That's the mentality, and there's success because of that. If you're not playing defense, you can't be on the Baltimore Blast.
It's really funny you say that, because if anyone ever talks to David Bascom, who's the current coach of Baltimore, he will tell you, if you can't play defense, you cannot play here in Baltimore.
And just guys that actually, and as Juan won't like to hear, Juan struggled first. I mean, he wouldn't play defense, and it was, hey, you can do stuff offensively, but if you're not locked into certain tactics that they're doing, so Baltimore Blast are known for a lot of zone defense.
Yep.
If you're not all five guys are not together working as a unit, and you're not training men properly, you're not showing guys certain ways, you're not going to play. It takes time to get in the lineup because of that.
And even your prototypical big time scorers, right? Your Dantas, your Lucas. You got to play defense.
I laugh at the other targets because, going in day out in practice, in our success with Vinny and Lucas, Vinny was more offensive. Lucas did everything all around, but Lucas defensively was great, and Hoxie probably didn't have that at first, but he learned very quickly that, okay, you can't just play offense.
Yeah.
And he was magical in the playoffs. That's when Andrew really did step up. Mr. Stash, we knew we could rely on him in the playoffs. Same with Jeremy Rayleigh. Jeremy Rayleigh, one player during the regular season, playoff series, it was like game one. We know we're going to get big time minutes from him. Hoxie,
I tell you, Hoxie, you bring up Andrew Hoxie. That was a guy, he played some big minutes during the regular season, give you some goals, but in the playoffs, it was like a whole nother level.
Playoffs is a different game. It's a different animal. The regular season's all nice, but that shapes you for, just playoff season. That's all it does. We're evaluated, and Ed's standing right next to me. They're evaluating, did you win?
Right.
How'd you do in the playoffs? That's the evaluation. That's the success that from 1979, 80 that they brought. It's how you evaluate in the playoffs. And he stepped up big.
All right, Pat, well, thank you. We're going to our media timeout with 16-17 left in the second quarter.
While science has become better at treating people, we can't ever forget the importance of how we simply treat people. At MedStar Health, we get that when you need to see a doctor, you might need to see one today. Or if you need help on the weekend, you'll need an urgent care that's, open weekends. And if you need to stay home, then a video visit might be just what you need. The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep their workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our passion and our specialty for more than 100 years. We help protect Maryland workers because connect with your local agent or visit us online.
The story is changing. The words ever evolving. Bolder, braver. We are architects of opportunity, and what we're building is more than buildings. It's pride. College is capable of being more, and every day we're proving it.
Welcome back to the TU Arena as Baltimore is leading Texas 4-1. And I have another guest with me here up in the booth, Baltimore Blast owner Ed Hale. How are you, sir?
Great. Nice to see you.
Yeah, and we're a little crowd here in the booth.
That's right. We have Pat Healy's wife, Julie, and a bunch of ladies that are mommies, that are soccer moms from Edgemere, Sparrows Point. So we're just glad to have them. Oh, I thought we were going to score. But glad to have them there supporting Pat and going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
so.
great
and they're
support.
also supporting the bar, too.
Awesome, yep. Arsenal Pub here behind us. Great support here for Pat as we inducted him here in the Hall of Fame, Ed. Obviously, longtime owner of Baltimore. We've had, as you come to the arena, all the banners up, all the amazing Hall of Famers here. You have any stories anyone would like to know about Pat?
There's a lot of stories about Pat. And the one that's most notable, Pat is...
Oh, there's Jamie Thomas with a goal.
That's his second goal tonight. Yeah, good for Jamie. He's a hard-working guy.
Very hard worker.
So Pat has been on so many games and so many championships that it's amazing that it's happened, that along the time, almost the entire time he was here, he was an impact player, captain of the team, a gifted defender, as you know, but he could score too. And he even played goal one time. I think he's undefeated.
Yeah, we were joking earlier. I had him on the Blastcast earlier in the week that we record, and we talked about that. And I had him up here joking with him. Did you ever think he'd go in for almost an entire game? Right?
It was.
Right.
It was amazing.
It was. I remember that game distinctly, and he played six attacker a lot, but this was like legitimately playing keeper. He was making great saves.
He did. No, he's a really good athlete. Yeah, and he was a great team leader. On a funny note, they just said, and now he's the coach while we were just on the floor. He's now the coach of the dreaded Harrisburg Heat, and I went.
Yeah, just north of us here in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Ed, again, going back to Pat, his time here, a lot of great players played with him. We had some down there with Adriano, and Mello played with him, and Juan. Neto.
Yeah.
We talk to Coach Bascom all the time about culture and all that stuff here in Baltimore. I know you're a huge proponent of making sure it's the right players here. Right? Ones that want to embed themselves in not just the team, but the community and everything.
Right.
And Pat was a perfect example of that.
Yeah, he really was, and he and his father, his family, have always been in soccer. Allison's now the state's attorney for Harford County. Yeah. And, just all solid, just a solid family. Kevin's father was a terrific guy and in soccer.
And there's a goal by David Ortiz for Texas as he slips it in past Mike Zierhofer. And
he had no shot to
no,
stop that.
No answer there for Mike Zierhofer as
Yep.
David Ortiz,
Yeah, too
one
bad.
of the big guns left there for Texas.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Very good player.
They have some pretty good players on this team. Macias, Aligwe, they have some good guys. But getting back to Pat, Pat was just a tough competitor. And, you know, I just enjoyed watching him. And every once in a while, he would crank up that left foot and score a goal, and it was a big plus. I always enjoyed watching him. But that,
Yeah, that was one thing. If you ever watched Pat Healy play, was off the nicest guy in the world, right? But on the field, he had an
he's
edge
awful.
to him on the field. Huh?
Oh, yeah. He's awful as the coach of Harrisburg.
Oh, what a goal!
Yeah, that's 3 for Juan, right?
That's 3 for Juan. That was a great hold-up play by Ozzy. Little back here. Juan top shelves it. He has a hat trick today, and all 3 goals have been fantastic finishes.
Yeah, that was good.
Great goal by Juan. As we take a look at it here, little 1-2 play with Ozzy. What a finish.
Oh, yeah.
What a
Great,
finish.
Great play. Nice speed by Ozzy.
So 3:46 in the third quarter, excuse me. It's Baltimore 6, Outlaws 2. Now, Ed, going back to the time with Pat Healy on the team, I asked him the same question, this similar question. Obviously, we've had 10 championships over the years, some fantastic stuff. I know he has told me probably his most memorable one was the one in Sonora.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy place to play, right?
It was. I was there with Poltabiano's father and Sharon Jabala, who was dating, now married to not Adriana. Tony Donatelli. Yeah. And they scored like 17 seconds left. I said, we better get down and get away from this. Place is going crazy. We get down to there. We're standing on the ledge. Adriana ties it up with 17 seconds. It was unbelievable. And then Juan scored, and we won the championship. But it was one of these things where everybody had to really play tight and tough, and in a real hostile atmosphere. And that was something.
Yeah, in all your days as the Blast owner, obviously we've played in all kinds of places, right?
Yep.
Sonora had to have been one of the most difficult places to play.
Well, just to put it in perspective, I go there as a white owner in Sonora. So they had 6 bodyguards with me. So I had to go to the baño. So I go to the baño. And I'm standing there, and this is when Trump was running in 2015. I think it was 15. And I'm at the urinal, and the guy yells, "We hate Trump." I said, "So do I." So I went back to my seat. But the players had to play in a hostile atmosphere. The referees actually called it pretty fairly. And it was one of the best wins. But I have to tell you, the best win was Milwaukee 2002-03. That was the best. That was.
Was that the year we were down?
Yes, we were down like 11-3.
Yes.
Billy Nelson, who's a Hall of Famer, gets a 3-pointer, and we're back in it. Danny Kelly and Lita Chantre were really tough. They were, even when we were down, they were digging the ball out in the corners. They were tough. They were really good. I just never forget that how it was. They never gave up.
Yeah, so, fantastic day here today, inducting Pat Healy in the Blast Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Joining all the rest of the guys that, again, are on the fantastic Hall of Fame banners. And, the Healy family really embedded in the Blast culture with, his dad, Kevin, being the GM for so long as well.
That's right. Well, he was with the Baltimore Bays and friends with Bill, who owned the Bays at the time, were the second division team. And he said that he wants to get out of it. And I used to buy copiers from Bill. And his name escapes me now because I'm 78. And he says, you can get the you can probably get back into soccer if you want to. And I said, I would. And Kevin's the one who really did it.
Yeah.
And then getting Pat in. I went on purpose to see him play at Towson when he still had a team. He was clearly a leader then, clearly. So all of this has been very nice. But the key ingredient is you got to be a good teammate and you got to play together and not have anybody that's going to be like an overwhelming personality.
Right.
You can't do it. We don't do that here.
Well, and again, I talked about how
they were on a power play.
Yes, Texas drew it, has a 2-minute penalty, so we are going on the power play.
What happened? I missed it.
I believe it was a lead way with a foul. So Texas here is going to try and kill the penalty, and Ortiz is on the break here, shorthanded. It's a good save by Zierhofer there. As good as we've been playing this year, Ed, the power play has eluded us a bit.
Yeah.
We're only 14% on the season on the power play, so hopefully we can improve on that a little bit here.
Well, I believe that we are a surprise to many teams that are watching us. And we're like, I think they think we're going to be a handful when they see us.
Just wide by Welly, who, how about Welly?
Well, you say you're just wide by Welly.
Yeah.
You sound like Bob Euchre. Just a little bit outside.
Just a bit outside. But how about Welly Bermuse and this young guy? What a talent, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I like Porch.
Yeah, Porch, fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, Ed, we've been, we're off to a hot start here. Just one loss on the season, and you look at how the young guys have been really picking up the slack because we really have had some injuries to some key guys.
Yep.
Melo's
still nursing a hamstring. Omar Silla just had surgery last week. He'll be out for a few weeks. So we're hopeful that they get back, but in the meantime, these guys are starting to gel. We'll see if they can score on a power play.
As Pacheco is looking for one because it's the end of the quarter there. As the Blast will still have 15 seconds left on the power play once we resume the fourth quarter. But that ends the third as the score is Baltimore 6, Texas 2. This is MASL Soccer on MASL TV.
See you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the most talented ladies in the MASL, your Baltimore Blast cheerleader.
There's one thing I want you to do for me.
What?
Come here.
What?
Win. Win.
What are we waiting for? No one comes into our house and pushes us around.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Campbell.
What kind of power you got?
Oh, man, you know I got some soul power.
This could be the greatest night of our lives.
We shut them down because we can.
They don't know your heart.
On this team, we fight for that edge. It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Let's go!
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Disagree with a call tonight? You might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review, with Phil Lavanco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. Welcome back to the TU Arena as Baltimore continues on the power play. Oh, actually it just expired, and Texas with the goal. Macias for Texas as the Outlaws draw within 3 with 14:35 left in the fourth quarter. So the Outlaws making a bit of a run here as Macias finishes past Mike Zierhofer, and they are within 3. So, be interested to see how Baltimore reacts here, as they're going to need to keep their foot on the pedal here, as Texas is looking to make a bit of a run. Be goalkeeper distribution for Rivera. As he looks to Gonzalez, he goes back to Rivera. Torch to Pacheco. It's marked by Ortiz, and it goes back to Zierhofer. Zierhofer down the corner for Enrique. Looking for a back heel to Porch. Couldn't connect, and Texas gets out very well, and David Ortiz is on the break, and it's 2v1. Very well defended by Pat Thompson there, again cutting down the passing lane, as he had, I don't know if that was Chavez, open on the near side. Blast looking for a line change, as Welly Bermuse controls the ball along the far boards. Diesel down to Hyro. Over to Welly Bermuse. Back down to Hyro, who draws the foul by Gonzalez, and it'll be a dangerous free kick for Baltimore. Baltimore brings in a line change for the set piece as Juan Pereira stands over the ball for the blast. Oh, as the ball wiggles through the box. As Texas has an odd man rush again, but well done by Pacheco to retreat back in his defensive end as they battle in the corner. Gonzalez comes out for Texas as Juan Pereira looks to break. Pereira. Oh, what a finish by Juan! Oh my, Juan Pereira is on fire today. Captain, oh captain. Juan Pereira, some fantastic finishes today. As he fires it far post again for number 4. What a game for Juan Pereira today. His finishing has been exquisite. As again, he fires in his 4th, and Baltimore leads 7-3. 12:37 left in the 4th quarter. Baltimore needed that one as Texas is starting to get a little momentum as this puts Baltimore back up by 4. Here's Ortiz. Little spin move by Welly, however, Texas regains possession. Macias tried a little chip and regains the ball back for Texas. Saved by Zierhofer. Patrick Thompson battles in the far corner as Chad Porch brings it out. Over to Chara. Back to Porch. Texas pressing high here as Zierhofer does well to break the press there and gets it up to Ozzie Anang. Look at the players that are on the floor for Baltimore at this point. Ozzie Anang, Chad Porch, Chara, Welly, and Matias Silver. Ozzie has been here a few seasons. That is all rookies for Baltimore. That's a fantastic sight for Blast fans. As Mike Diesel is going to be called for a handball at midfield as Texas will restart. That's an exciting time for Blast fans when they see all those young guys out there who have been fantastic here early this season, really picked up the game quickly. As Rivera brings it up for Texas. Was looking for a league way. He was going into the other corner as Silva is fouled by a league way right in front of the Baltimore bench. And it'll be a kick in for the Blast. So De Oliveira inbounds to Pacheco as Davies blocked that attempt, but brought forward by De Oliveira. Looking for Enrique. Oh, what a save off the line by Texas. And Mwape was looking for his first career goal for Baltimore. Really well defended for Texas as their goalkeeper was out of the net as they clear the line. Ortiz unable to control that, however, Davies does as Texas looks down in the corner for Eligwe. Such a strong player on the ball is Eligwe. Great target forward. As Ortiz looks to go 1v1 on Pacheco. Zierhofer reads that off the boards and collects for the Blast. Eligwe creates the turnover and Ortiz looks forward, tries to play a wall pass to himself. Again, well defended by Pacheco as 4 players go at it in the corner. As Ortiz fouls Pacheco, and it'll be a free kick for Baltimore. Blast on a line change, Patrick Thompson quick over to get that restart going before the time had elapsed, and Zierhofer over midfield. Ortiz in front of the Texas bench, and Blast get the turnover. You hear me say Ortiz's name a lot this game. He's been all over the place for Texas. Really, really talented player. As he is the captain and I'm sure mentor for a lot of these younger guys on the Outlaws team. Stankovic turned over, but then Diesel turned over, and then Baltimore regains again. As Diesel drops it back to Zierhofer. Herrera to Chara. Into Ozzie and Ag. Ozzie's battled injuries the last couple years. It's good to see him back out on the field, as I'm sure he's happy to be out there after, again, a couple frustrating seasons just with injuries. Chavez for Texas to Laidley. Gonzalez back to Rivera, and he does well there. As Laidley has numbers up and a good save by Zierhofer. Turnover by De Oliveira. Oh, I think Baltimore got away with one there, as Zierhofer had slid out of the box. However, that brings us to our fourth quarter timeout with 7:29 left in the fourth quarter. Baltimore Blast 7, Outlaws 3.
While science has become better at treating people, we can't ever forget the importance of how we simply treat people. At MedStar Health, we get that when you need to see a doctor, you might need to see one today. Or if you need help on the weekend, you'll need an urgent care that's, open weekends. And if you need to stay home, then a video visit might be just what you need. The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Welcome back to Towson, Maryland, and the TU Arena as the Baltimore Blast lead the Texas Outlaws by the score of 7-3. The star of the show today so far has been Juan Pereira for Baltimore. El Capitano has been just fantastic, as he has 4 goals, and they were 4 just clinical finishes, far post, as Juan has played a fantastic game up front for Baltimore. Texas was holding their own there early in this game, especially in that first quarter, and then Baltimore really went on a run as, again, Texas, tough stretch here as they played in San Diego just 2 nights ago, traveled the country all the way over here to Baltimore, and is playing the Blast here in an afternoon game on a Sunday. Coming out of the timeout here with 7:29 left in the fourth quarter, it appears Texas will be going to the 6th attacker as their captain, David Ortiz, has donned the lime green 6th attacker jersey. And we all know here at the TU Arena, the 6th attacker, very high risk here, as you can give up a lot of goals, but you can also score some as well. So we'll see how Texas approaches this attacker here with about 7 minutes left in the game. Macias to Eligwe. Gonzalez to Ortiz. Down to Chavez. Gonzalez with a shot from outside, and Pacheco tried to clear the ball, but well done by Texas, and they continue on the 6 attacker press. Gonzalez leading the formation as Ortiz wants to stay in front of that midfield line so he can have as many touches as he wants. As that shot caroms wide. Macias to Ortiz. Tries the volley and it's high. And he will sub out and Rivera will come back in as the Blast will have a goalkeeper distribution. Zierhofer up to Silva, who gets called for the foul, and Gonzalez ends up in the first row. So some Baltimore Bay fans over there got their money's worth as Gonzalez ends in their lap. Nevertheless, Texas continues on the 6th attacker with 6 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the contest. Eligwe over to Ortiz. Down to Macias. Gonzalez to Ortiz. Little errant pass there. Oh, Ortiz does well. Blocked by Diesel. Ortiz again. Blocked by Silva. Eligwe. As Diesel clears the length of the floor. And Baltimore will reset defensively as Texas tries to break them down here in the 6th attacker. Baltimore has done well so far. Save Zierhofer. Macias far side. Cuts back inside. Blocked by De Oliveira. That was a timely block, and Pacheco steals. He's looking for goal, and it's just wide. Ortiz doesn't want to use his touch there, so calls a teammate over, and they bring it over midfield. Macias. Back to Gonzalez. Macias to Ortiz. Ortiz to Bagley. Baltimore not giving Texas any room to fire, really shutting down the shooting lanes as Diesel goes down on a roll-off for the block. Oh, and almost slips through De Oliveira's legs as Diesel collects the ball, turns it over, but Bagley turns it right back over to Baltimore as Zierhofer looks for De Oliveira. To Pereira. Fouled from behind by Gonzalez. With 3:55 left in the 4th quarter, Baltimore will restart. Down to Enrique. So well holding the ball up as they look to Pacheco along the near boards. Pacheco blocked by Gonzalez. Pacheco goes back to De Oliveira, to Patrick Thompson, and it's deflected out by Texas. Pacheco to restart. As Pereira goes back to De Oliveira, just wide. And Baltimore retains possession. Baltimore does so well at home. Very difficult to get in a rhythm as an opposer. The Blast just possesses the ball really well as they're trying to get through this last 3 minutes. Aligwe goes to ground. That was really well done by Pat Thompson. Aligwe thought he was fouled, and I see a challenge flag by Eddie Piscarich, head coach of the Texas Outlaws. So we'll take another look at this. Just from my vantage point, first looking at this, Aligwe went down very, very easy in my opinion. But Coach Piscarich will have the officials take a look at this, as you get one challenge per game. If you win your challenge, you do get the challenge back. However, if you lose the challenge, you are out of challenges for the game. So let's take a look at this here. Aligwe, oh, I don't see anything in that at all. This should be a very quick review, as there was nothing at all in that foul. So I would imagine they're going to lose their challenge. Exactly as I thought. No foul called. And they are giving an embellishment warning to Aligwe, which, again, definitely went down to the ground very, very easily. So it will be, I believe, Baltimore free kick just outside their offensive yellow line. Zierhofer looking for Guevara. Broken up by Texas, and strong header by Gonzalez. As Jairo and Garcia battle along the boards, he does well to get out of there. Oh, save Rivera. Great save by Rivera, as Jairo had a clean shot at net. Rivera with a great save. Fowler with a shot for Texas, and easily corralled by Zierhofer as they play a two-man game with Pacheco, and he looks for Ene. Pereira to Thompson, to Silva, back to Thompson. Off the boards, took a funny bounce, and that will go out along the far boards, and it'll be a kick in for Texas. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter. Baltimore leading 7-3, as Texas once again has David Ortiz in the sixth attacker jersey. As Chavez controls near boards. Ortiz. Gonzalez, back to Ortiz. Shot by Gonzalez wide. Again, takes a funny carom between the glass and the wall, but Texas retains possession. Under a minute now left in the game, as Texas looking to score here late, and Baltimore looking to finish this one out at a 7-3 score. Chavez. Ortiz looking far post. It goes wide. And Mike Zierhofer will have a goalkeeper distribution. We have a whistle and a 2-minute penalty. Thinking it was too many men on the field for Baltimore? Yes, too many men on the field for Baltimore. So with 26.6 seconds, Baltimore hopefully can retain their stat here, because Baltimore on the season are 100% on the penalty kill. Oh, and a goal by Pacheco! Short-handed goal. Short-handed goal by Jesus Pacheco. He looks down in a bit of discomfort. I think it's just a cramp. But as I was saying, Baltimore 100% on the season on the penalty kill. And then they go and get a shorthanded goal to make it 8-3. Wonderful pass by Elton de Oliveira. And Pacheco making the run and slotting it home. As he is walking off on his own power here, so hopefully just a cramp. So with 12.9 seconds left in the match, Baltimore extends their lead to 8-3. Texas will continue to have the power play for the last 12 seconds. Again, hopefully Baltimore can kill this penalty to remain 100% on the penalty kill. Zierhofer on the distribution. Thompson in the corner, just looking to kill the rest of the time. And there's the final horn as the Baltimore Blast takes this one over the Texas Outlaws by the score of 8-3. Save of the game. Save of the game here by Mike Zierhofer as Texas is looking to score that off the restart. Comes up big with the kick save. And that is our save of the game for the match tonight against the Texas Outlaws. Player of the game, no secret here. El Capitano, Juan Pereira. What a game for Juan Pereira. 4 goals on the night. All 4 were fantastic finishes and well-deserved. Juan Pereira is our player of the game. Next home game for the Baltimore Blast, Saturday, January 25th versus the St. Louis Ambush. Make sure you're checking out all of Baltimore Blast social media and Ticketmaster for your tickets for the next Blast home game, Saturday, January 25th versus the St. Louis Ambush. That will do it for us here at TU Arena as the Baltimore Blast wins at home. Final score, Baltimore Blast 8, Texas Outlaws 3.